Okay, for this third video, I want to go into a little bit more detail about how you can use Edmodo, what you can use Edmodo for. The first thing you're probably going to want to do once you've set up your Edmodo account is to create a group. So that group might be a class, it might be an after-school club, it might even be for Flexible Fridays. If you click on Create just here on the left and give your group name, your group a name. So for example, I'm going to create a Minecraft group, and then in here you select a grade. Please forgive the Americanism. So you can put in here, I'm going to put none actually because it's not really important. You can put in a range, so you could do sort of year 7 through to 11. You just put this slide along. I haven't really worked out why this is important, but it's there, so I'm just going to do that. And then select an area. I might just write other. And there is something here called advanced options. Now, it's actually worth clicking on that, and in here it says default all new members to read only. It's really worth doing that until you've had the chance to speak to your pupils about what is appropriate posting. So I just click create now. That generates a code for me. Now you don't need to write that number down because that's easily accessible from within the group later on, as you'll see. So I'm just going to close that down, and it's posted it there. Also, you can see that as it's a new group, it's placed at the top there. That might move, in fact it will move down in position because these are grouped alphabetically. It places it at the top so you can see it initially if you've got other groups. You'll notice I've put stars and asterisks along here. That actually enables them to sit higher than others. So if you want to push them above letter A, for example, I've done other things here with zeros. So we've actually created our group, so if we just click on that group, we will then see the group and the code. Just before I do that, if you click on this square here, it should allow me, I'm certainly used to, I'm not sure it's going to now, it should allow me to change the colour of that group, but it's not going to, not to worry. So I click on Minecraft, and you can see the code there. Now that code stays as that code unless you either reset it or lock it. Now why would you lock it? Well, you would lock it once all the members of your group have joined and you don't want other people joining the group. We haven't had much of a problem with this, but it's worth knowing that. If you lock it, when you open it again, it will be a new code. So just be aware of that if you're creating posters and putting those around school. You may end up having to change your code if you lock it unnecessarily. Now, we've got a fairly blank page here now that we've created this new group. I should explain that that's the code that pupils will use when they join for the first time and sign up to Edmodo, or if they've already signed up to Edmodo, they can put that code in by clicking on join, and there'll be a box that allows them to enter it in. So they put the code in there in the same way as I'm showing on the teacher account. Now, how can we use Edmodo? Well, you can start by just typing a note. So it might be welcome to the Minecraft group. As simple as that. I could also then attach a file if I wanted. So I could click on file and then find a file to attach. If I decide I've made a mistake, then I can click on cross and remove that. I can also put in a link. So for example, if I had a web link, so I'm just going to copy this one at the top here. And if I click on link, I can put that in there. And you'll notice when I press attach, it immediately fills in that bottom section. And I press attach again, and then it's attached that there. It's at this point here you might put in a link to a YouTube video, but do bear in mind with YouTube videos, pupils can only access them from home, not from within school due to blocks with the Leeds Learning Network. Also, if you've got files saved in your library, you can click on library and you can access any files that you might have saved in there. So with attach like that. Automatically it comes up with the group name. I could send it to others as well, so if I wanted to send it to my year 11 group, as I start to type that in, it will actually predict anything that starts with year 11. And again, if I've made a mistake, I can click on cross and finally press send. Or if you wish, you can actually schedule when you want it to go out. So it might be that you're wanting the work to be set at a particular time on a particular evening. And I press send. And it posts that onto the page. And there we have it. We've got our link that I put in. We've also got the file that I got from my library. If you click on show more attachments, there's also the strange picture there of a very unusual looking cat. Now then, alerts. Alert's very similar to note, except with an alert. You click on that. It's 140 characters maximum, and it is actually in bold. So it's kind of more as an announcement if you're wanting to use the alert function. So if I press send. The next one I'm going to show you, I'm going to jump because the assignment and the quiz are a little bit more involved, and I'd like to tell you more about those separately. But the poll's quite a useful function because you can use this within lessons, outside of lessons, just to kind of get an idea of people's opinions. It might be to get some feedback, and it seems to be delaying there. I'm going to wait a moment longer. If it doesn't load up, I might actually stop this video at this point and just do the assignment, quiz, and the poll separately. Oh no, there we go. It's because I'm not paying attention. So, how are you enjoying Edmodo? And then I could put in as many answers as I want. So place those in there. And if I want to add in another one, I can. And you can put in as many as you want. And then again, check that it's going to the right group and press send. And then pupils will see that within. The refresh button is because if you're in a class and pupils are regularly answering that, so you've got a series of people answering and they take a period of time during that lesson, you can just click on refresh there and it will refresh and they will come up as bars across the screen so you can see the responses. And that ends the third video.